If you guys are not an NXT fan right now, all I'm going to say is you're going to be missing out over these next couple of weeks. As you guys know, as I previously reported last week, Tommaso Ciampa did get his neck surgery this past week, and he has officially vacated the NXT Championship. Now, with that being said, what's going to happen with the rest of the tapings for NXT going into TakeOver New York WrestleMania weekend? I can say this right now. Next week, they will have a new set of tapings starting next week. Now, I did read the spoilers. Oh, I did. It's just that I want you guys to be on the ride towards NXT TakeOver New York. Now, I will say this though. The NXT Championship will be crowned at NXT TakeOver New York. But I will not tell you how we get there. You, just like I am, are going to have to wait until next week with the new set of tapings with just 2 weeks to go before NXT TakeOver New York. Now, I must warn you. Now, if you guys want to know the spoilers, you guys can DM me on Twitter. I have the entire spoilers on my phone. I have it on my phone. So if you guys want to know the spoilers, just hit me up on Twitter. Tweet at me on Twitter. My Twitter will be... my Twitter actually like right there. My Twitter is right there. Hit me up on Twitter. Tweet at me on Twitter. And if your DMs are open on Twitter, I will send you the spoilers of what's to come for the next couple of weeks. Now, this NXT episode was good tonight. It was good. We got the semifinals of the Dusty Classic. We got 2 really good matches. One of those matches really made me scratch my head again for the second consecutive week. But after reading the spoilers, made me feel better just a little bit. So there you go. If you guys don't know who I am of course Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Wednesday, March 13th, 2019. If you guys enjoyed NXT tonight, I want you guys to smash that like button. Comment down below what you guys thought of NXT tonight. And if you guys are new to the channel that's looking for show reviews, Throwback Thursday pay-per-view reviews, Top 10 Fridays, a wrestling podcast that we do every single Saturday right here on the channel, and episodes of WWE 2K19 My Career, man. I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications, guys. Check out the content that I provided yesterday and Monday. Yesterday, SmackDown Live. Vince McMahon stacks the deck against Kofi Kingston. For all you Kofi Kingston marks, I asked the question yesterday, and to this day, almost 24 hours later, the question is still not answered. What's the question? You guys are going to have to watch the beginning of SmackDown Live Review. SmackDown Live Review, that video will be in the upper right hand corner of your screen in the annotation. Also, Monday Night Raw review from this past Monday. Notice how I didn't upload no Call of Duty Black Ops 4 gameplay because I didn't really feel like it. But I did upload Monday Night Raw review for you guys on this past Monday. Batista gets what he wants at WrestleMania. He gets a match against Triple H. No holds barred. Link to this video will be in the upper right hand corner of your screen. Make sure, guys, you check out Raw and SmackDown Live reviews from this past week. Make sure to follow me on social media, man. Twitter, Chris from Lauren. Instagram, your boy Chris_WB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications. Now, coming into tonight, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be the last NXT episode that we see Tommaso Ciampa as the NXT champion. As you guys know, last week, Ciampa underwent surgery on his neck. From what I'm hearing, he's out for at least a minimum of 6 months. At least the minimum he's out is 6 months. That's what I'm hearing. But he is out between 6 to 14 months, depending on how he's feeling. But rumors did report that Ciampa is expected to make a full recovery. So prayers go out to Tommaso Ciampa as he does a speedy recovery on his neck injury. Coming to this show, I'm telling myself, are they going to announce the NXT Championship situation this week? Or we're going to get it next week? Now, before NXT came out, the spoilers came out. I think at least it was during NXT tonight. During the beginning of NXT, the spoilers came out for the next 2 weeks. So, starting next week, we are going to get a fresh new set of tapings between next week, March 20th and March 27th. And I believe they're going to do tapings, April 4th. I think April 3rd and April 4th. I think it's April 3rd. Yeah, April 3rd. I was just looking at my calendar over there. April 3rd. So we're going to get tapings for March 20th, March 27th, and April 3rd on those 3 dates. So I think they're still going with the tapings as we speak right now. But this episode of NXT was good. This was all about the semifinals of the Dusty Classic. So we got the Forgotten Sons going up against Mustache Mountain. Now, I love Mustache Mountain. Mustache Mountain is one of my favorite teams in all of NXT. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. One of my favorite teams right now in all of NXT. This match was good. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. This match was good. But, once again, this match made me scratch my head a little bit. Why is the Forgotten Sons going to the finals? Going over Mustache Mountain. I would love to see Mustache Mountain, versus Black and Ricochet. Or a Mustache Mountain against Gargano and Ciampa. I would love to see those two matches go together. I would love that. It's just something about the Forgotten Sons that's not clicking with me. It's not clicking with me. It's just not. If anything, my honest opinion, listen, it's not Steve Cutler. Steve Cutler's good. It's not Wesley Blake. It's not Wesley Blake either. It's Jackson Riker. There's something about him that I just don't like. Listen, Cutler and Blake, they're really two good teams. If anything, I can see those two as a tag team. Because that Jackson Riker, there's just something about him that's not hitting me. If anything, I think Forgotten Sons needs to not only stay forgotten, but they need a new gimmick. Because right now, with this gimmick right now, for the Forgotten Sons, it's just not clicking with me. It's just not. But this match was good for what it was. This match was good. But we got the Forgotten Sons beating Mustache Mountain. I don't know how to feel about that, man. Low-key, I really don't. But, like I said, this match was good for what it was. Bate got rolled into the ring, leaving him easy prey for Blake and Cutler, who devoured him with a tandem inverted DDT stomp. I love that maneuver, by the way, for the 3 count. And passage into the 2019 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. So who will face Mustache Mountain? No, not Mustache Mountain. Who will face the Forgotten Sons in 2 weeks' time? So we got Forgotten Sons beating Mustache Mountain. Then we get Bianca Belair versus Io Shirai. And the winner of this match will face Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship at NXT TakeOver New York WrestleMania weekend. This match was good, but this match went into a no contest. As right when Shirai was going for the moonsault and Belair got her knees up, all of a sudden, the Queen of Spades herself comes out of nowhere. She was on commentary, by the way. She was on commentary. And Shayna Baszler attacked both Io and Bianca Belair during their number 1 contenders match. Then, all of a sudden, Kairi Sane comes out. And Shayna Baszler puts in her finishing, her submission. I forgot what the Kirifuda clutch on Shirai, Baszler, and also Kairi Sane. And then also we got an announcement going around, according to William Regal, to rule later in that night that Baszler will face Shirai, Belair, and Sane in a championship fatal 4-way match at TakeOver New York. Since the decision was not made, since the winner wasn't decided, Baszler will defend the NXT Women's Championship in a fatal 4-way against Io Shirai, Kairi Sane, and Bianca Belair. Should be good. Should be good. And then if anything, next week, I believe next week, we're going to get Keith Lee against Dominik Dijakovic next week. So, like I said, not a lot of things happened during NXT because this was a tapings before Ciampa got hurt. So, not a lot really happened in this episode, but it was a good episode nonetheless. So, we get the main event. Ricochet and Aleister Black against DIY in the other Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semi-final match. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love the team of Ricochet and Black. It's an unorthodox team, but it's a really good team nonetheless. It's a really good team. I think now Black is starting to get comfortable with teaming up with the likes of Ricochet. I mean, who wouldn't want to team up with fucking Ricochet? Who wouldn't? Ricochet is one of the best right now in all of NXT. So is Aleister Black. But if this review is short, guys, I mean, like I said, there's nothing really happened. Just wait till next week when you guys know what happened. I'm not going to spoil anything. I read the spoilers during NXT tonight. I will not spoil anything for you guys. I will not spoil anything at all for you guys. But we did get Ricochet and Black against Ciampa and Gargano DIY in the second semifinal round, with the winner facing the Forgotten Sons in 2 weeks' time. With the winner of that matchup will face the War Raiders for the NXT Tag Team Championships at TakeOver New York. This match was good. I love this matchup. For what I saw from Ciampa, he looked like he was fine. I don't know about you guys, but I thought he looked completely fine during this. He looked completely fine. And like I said, nothing really happened tonight in this particular episode of NXT. Nothing really happened. We just got the number one contenders match between Belair and Shirai. Then we got the two semifinal matches to determine the finals in 2 weeks. That's it. Nothing else really happened. But the other semifinal match, the match was good. Match was good nonetheless. Ciampa was left all alone by himself. Gargano was dealing with a knee injury, quote unquote. A knee injury. Aleister Black gets hit. No, Aleister Black hits Ciampa with Black Mass, following by Ricochet's 630 splash for the win. Black and Ricochet move on to the finals to face the Forgotten Sons in 2 weeks' time. Now, this is where shit got interesting. As the match was over, Candice LeRae came to ringside to check on her husband, and she and Ciampa assisted the limping Gargano up the ramp. As soon as they got to the entrance stage, however, Ciampa showed his true colors and went for the slam, Johnny Wrestling, and onto the LED board in a scene earlier in Men's of DIY's first breakup at TakeOver Chicago back in 2017. The only problem was that Gargano was waiting for it. Attention to detail, he was waiting for it. He put the brakes on Ciampa before spinning the black card head first into the LED board, shaking out his leg to prove that he had faked the injury. Gargano then drilled Ciampa with the super kick as a smile stretched across Candice's face, and the NXT universe rejoiced. DIY's rose to prominence in the inaugural Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and now more than 3 years and many twists and turns later, the Dusty Classic is where DIY ends. While what's next for Ciampa and Gargano remains a mystery, the path forward for Ricochet and Black is anything but. They now turn their attention to the Dusty Classic final in 2 weeks, when NXT Tag Team title opportunity against the War Raiders at TakeOver New York will hang in the balance. Attention to detail, folks. This was the same thing That happened back at NXT TakeOver Chicago. This time, Gargano flipped the script on Ciampa. Ciampa literally went to smash Johnny's head onto the LED board, but this time Gargano literally flipped the script on Ciampa, and it was Gargano who slammed Ciampa's head onto the LED board, followed by a super kick. Now, did I think we was gonna get Ciampa and Gargano at TakeOver? Yes, 100% yes. We was gonna get that match, but now it's just sad now because we're not gonna get an ending for that rivalry. We're not gonna get that final chapter at TakeOver New York, and it's just sad. But many people are still pissed off about it, and I'm telling myself, and I'm telling everybody else, it's part of the sport. Injuries come and go. Injuries are part of the game. It's part of it. Now, prayers to Ciampa on his neck surgery. I heard that the surgery went completely successful. The minimum time he'll be out is 6 months. They can easily play this out. I can see this right now happening. What's 6 months from now? You got April, you got May, June, July, August, September. So you got after TakeOver Toronto, SummerSlam weekend. If you want to take a gamble, you can bring back Ciampa. Here's how I'm booking this. Here's how I'm booking this whole entire thing. Now, as I said last week, I would book an 8-man tournament. A Deadly Games tournament that would do the entire show to crown a new NXT champion. I read the spoilers. That clearly wasn't it. So, what you guys are about to see next week is the second thing I would book, which is what you guys will see next week. Now, if anything, the one guy that should be fighting also for the NXT Championship, we all know this for a fact. Gargano will be at TakeOver New York, no matter what the circumstances is. Gargano will be at TakeOver fighting for the NXT Championship. Who would I put against Gargano at TakeOver New York? There's only one guy there. I'm not putting Dream there. I'm not putting Black. Black has nothing else to do in NXT. Matt Riddle, is too soon for Matt Riddle to fight for the NXT Championship. It's too soon. Ricochet, not yet. It's not his time yet. Ricochet, no. So I wouldn't put Dream. I wouldn't put Black. I wouldn't put Matt Riddle. And I wouldn't put Ricochet. There's only one guy left who I would put against Gargano at NXT TakeOver New York for the NXT Championship. Is the guy that got fucked over when Drew McIntyre got hurt. It was supposed to be Drew McIntyre against this specific guy at NXT TakeOver New Orleans for the NXT Championship. Adam Cole. I remember when Drew McIntyre was NXT champion. It was supposed to be McIntyre against Cole at TakeOver New Orleans for the NXT Championship. Remember when Drew McIntyre won the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 against Bobby Roode? And then after that, that's when Adam Cole came in and made his NXT debut, attacking Drew McIntyre. They were supposed to play up that fact at TakeOver New Orleans, but Drew McIntyre got hurt, giving the NXT Championship to Andrade Cien Almas. So literally, they pulled the audible on that night at TakeOver War Games back in 2017. They pulled the audible there. This is Triple H's audible right now. I would book Gargano and Cole for the NXT Championship at TakeOver New York WrestleMania weekend. Now, who would you give the NXT Championship? I don't know. You can give it to Cole, because to Cole, it's long overdue for Mr. Adam Cole. Long overdue. Or you can give it to Gargano, which I would be completely okay with. Now, if I was to choose, I would give it to Cole. I would give Cole the NXT Championship, have him and Gargano fight at NXT TakeOver Toronto SummerSlam weekend, And then whenever you want Ciampa to come back, when Ciampa's ready to come back, then you have Ciampa fuck up Gargano, and you could restart that storyline between Gargano and Ciampa for the NXT Championship. This rivalry between Gargano and Ciampa has to have an ending. It has to have an ending. Now, you could bring back Ciampa at either TakeOver Toronto or TakeOver Chicago Survivor Series weekend. You can do either or. Now, more logic sense, I would bring back Ciampa, TakeOver Chicago, because that's when everything started between Gargano and Ciampa. That's when everything started. Now, how would you end it? Simple. Gargano's gonna have the NXT Championship when Ciampa comes back. In my honest opinion, that's how I'm booking shit. I would have Gargano win the NXT Championship by the TakeOver. No, literally, I would have Gargano win the NXT Championship at TakeOver Toronto SummerSlam weekend. You can bring back Ciampa. You can finish that storyline. Instead of Ciampa holding the NXT Championship, it's Gargano holding the NXT Championship. And then you could play up to the fact that Ciampa said, oh, I want this NXT Championship to have the right home. And that right home has to be Gargano. Gargano doesn't win it at TakeOver New York. He's certainly going to win it at TakeOver Toronto SummerSlam weekend. And then when you're ready to pull the trigger, Ciampa comes back, boom. You can literally continue the storyline between Gargano and Ciampa. This storyline has to have an ending. When you look at Gargano, you see Shawn Michaels. When you look at Tommaso Ciampa, you look at Triple H. Look how that rivalry between Michaels and Triple H ended. That matchup between Gargano and Ciampa has to have an ending. And I guarantee you, that ride is going to be a whole lot better when Ciampa comes back and with Gargano as NXT champion. I guarantee you, that's most likely what happened. Now, it depends how long Ciampa will come back. Because as I said this earlier, the minimum time Ciampa will be out of action is 6 months. That's the minimum time he's going to come back, in 6 months. I wouldn't rush Ciampa to come back. I wouldn't rush him to come back. Simple fact why? Because one thing about a neck injury, it's tricky. It can feel better one day, then the next day when you come back to work, all of a sudden it can fuck up even worse. So if I'm Ciampa and if I'm Triple H and everybody else down in NXT management, make sure Tommaso Ciampa takes his time to come back. Don't rush anything. Don't rush anything. Have Ciampa come back at full strength, and when he's ready, hopefully and praying by the summer, you can have Ciampa come back. Gargano, by the time Ciampa comes back, Gargano is NXT champion. You can start the rivalry there again. This time, it's going to be a whole lot more better. I'm not saying that when Ciampa was NXT champion, it was bad. No, it was really good. It's just going to play that better it factor. This time with Gargano as NXT champion. Comment down below, guys, what you guys think of that booking scenario. I hope it really does happen to full fruition. I'm gonna fuck up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed NXT review. If you guys enjoyed NXT review, guys, smash that like button. Comment down below what you guys thought of NXT. Comment down below what you guys thought of the booking scenario that I laid out all on the graphic for you guys. It's just up to Triple H to play it out. And if I'm Triple H, I'm booking Adam Cole to win the NXT Championship at TakeOver New York. And then have Gargano win the championship at TakeOver Toronto. Have Ciampa come back. You begin that storyline again between Ciampa and Gargano. This time Gargano as NXT champion. Comment down below what you guys thought of that booking scenario. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications. Check out SmackDown Review, guys, and Raw Review. Both of these videos will be in the upper right-hand corner of your screen in the annotation. Also, guys, don't forget to follow me on social media, man. Twitter, Chris from Loring. Instagram, your boy Chris _WB. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. If you guys are new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow for Throwback Thursday. What WrestleMania am I going to review tomorrow? Hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next episode of Throwback Thursday. Till then, I'll talk to you guys later.